Hello. Welcome to Netta's. Ms. Netta's. Can I help? How you guys doing today? Excuse me. I have missed you guys. However, it has definitely been a roller coaster. After the last video, oh my God, some things happened. Some things really happened. And it moved the way God needed it to move. And that is what I'm thankful for. Today's topic, I searched and I searched and I searched and I searched. And I asked God, what did He want me to say? What did He want me to talk about? What did He want me to reveal today? And what He gave me was something so deep, personal. Whoa. But we all have either thought about it, done it, contemplated, wondered. We all have, at some point in time in our life, have thought about suicide. It took a lot for me to talk about this, a whole lot. And even when I got ready to say, okay, this is going to be what I talk about today, I was hit with quite a bit of things that further let me know there's no way around it. You would say God's confirmations. Whew. It is it's a lot of people that think about suicide. But before I for real get off into that, I'm gonna talk about the wow after my last video, speaking on sexual abuse. I didn't get a chance to talk about a lot of it, and that's okay. That's okay. Later on, I'm sure there's more that I want to talk about in it. But just the part that I shared, it brought about open doors. It opened some doors. It relieved some hearts. It cleared some minds. You got to be careful of the things that you say, because if you're going to deliver someone's message, make sure that you're delivering it correctly, because you can ruin someone by not delivering the correct message, if that makes sense. So in other words, if you're going to tell something about my story, then tell it like it is. Don't put your words in it and take out what you want to take out. Just tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? I thank you for giving me an opportunity to heal. You don't know how much that means to me. You really don't know how much that means to me, for being allowed a moment to be able to heal after being a child. And that was a lot. But I thank you, because you freed my heart. You, for real, gave me something that God needed for you to give me at the time that you gave it to me. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So with that, this topic today about suicide, oh my God. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to suicide, y'all see how before I even, hey, wishing on a star. Yay, 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 yay. To follow where you are. I'm wishing on a dream. To follow what it means. And I wish all the... Hey. Y'all, I really am happy. I really am. I'm in a happy place, but I definitely have to share these things that need to be shared to help someone else. And that's what it's all about, helping someone else. I empty myself so God can fill me so that I can help you guys. And it's an amazing feeling. It is an amazing feeling because like I said, it has been an emotional breakthrough with what I shared in the last video. So suicide, you guys, it is so serious. It is so real. It is so real. You know, so many people have thought about it. So many people have wanted to. So many people have tried. I did. I did. I did. On so many occasions, different times, different reasons, crying out. Is it boiling? Then if it's boiling, yeah. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. It ain't ready yet. Sorry about that. Please forgive me. My son over there cooking some rice, so you know, I had to help him out a little bit. But yeah, when it comes to suicide, in actuality, I did it. I tried several times, and y'all remember me saying when if it's not your time, you ain't going nowhere. That's exactly what I meant. See, I'm not going to say or talk about something I haven't been through in one shape, form, or fashion, some type of way. If I haven't experienced it, I can't really talk to you about it because I don't know. Like I said, I'm here to enlighten you guys on what's been going on or what has gone on in my life and get your stories, hear what you've gone through so we can help one another, you know, or know of someone that needs the help or needs the encouragement more than anything else. People just need to be encouraged sometimes. Need to know that you're not alone. You know, that we have common interests that we can talk about, and some of it hurts. Some of it is it's knowledge. It's a way to help someone else be better. It's teaching. We're here to help each other, and that's the thing that people get away from and don't want to do because it takes out your time. Time is very important. My time is very precious. You understand? And we like to spend our time wisely. I get that. But sometimes you got to let your hair down and step into someone else's world and understand what they're going through and teach them. Like, I'm teaching my son about this rice over here he's finna cook for me because I asked for breakfast. Yeah. Yep. I do it all the time. They had a good meal last night. Oh, we did it up in here, you know, for the game. My Cowboys lost. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah. Anyway, we have to be teachers for each other. We have to be there for each other. It's not a big I and a little you. It's let's come in together and help one another. So today, like I said, mine on suicide. And for me, I've been there. I've done it. I've attempted. I've tried it. Thank God I didn't succeed. I thank God I didn't succeed, because had I succeeded, I wouldn't be here to talk to you guys today and tell y'all about it. To help you understand, you can make it out of it. I did. You can make it past it. I did. You don't have to do the things that you're thinking about that I've tried. You know. Mm. This the mug my son gave me for Christmas. But yeah, so when it comes to suicide, you know, it's over 1 million people a year that try to commit suicide, or should I say commits suicide. Actually succeed with taking their life and ending it all, just gone. No retract back from it. Nothing, you're gone. And that's 16 people. 16 people per 100,000 people a year. That's a lot of deaths. A lot of deaths. Or one death. Just one death every 40 seconds. That's a lot of our people committing suicide because they felt like there was no way out. They felt like there was nothing else to do. They're going through so many hard times with nobody to turn to and nobody to call, or nobody that cares or is concerned or comes by. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know, what's small to you is huge to somebody else, and we got to care. We got to care. So, when I was 14, I was 14 years old. I was in middle school, and I had, by this time in my life, I had suffered so much abuse, so much loneliness, so much wanting to talk to someone or crying out, and no one is really hearing me. I for real, I just didn't feel like I can make it anymore. I remember I called myself talking to this boy at school, and I want to say we had gotten into it. You know, those little details kind of get, they're like hit and miss as far as what actually happened leading up to that moment. I can remember the moment before I began to go off into that moment. But what led up to it, I don't remember that. And it's funny that a lot of the high school years, all the things that made me happy, that, let me see, So you take your spoon and you crush one of your rice, little rice. And if it's soft, it's ready. Okay, your rice is ready. Sorry about that, guys. But I remember being with this young man, and we had gotten into it about something. I don't even remember. It probably was one of those things where he was cheating or something like that. That's pretty much the only thing. That's funny. When I did call myself dating, that really was the only thing that could make me or bother me in a relationship, was if he was a cheater. And that was because I've always been so understanding. I've always been so open-minded, and you don't have to do that with me. You can just be honest. You understand what I'm saying? And give me the option or whatever it is to see if I want to deal with that thing, that whatever it is. But if you're lying and you're cheating, then I can't really vibe with that, if you will. So it had to be something like that, because that's the only thing I've ever really tripped about, because I'm real personal when it comes to my man. It's simple as that. But to this day, that's just what it is. But anyway, just kind of going back into that moment, I remember my mom, she stayed in a duplex on Eldridge Street. We had some really cool people. It was not Eldridge Street, it was off Eldridge and Decatur. Or was it Eldridge, Mama? You'll have to tell me that. That's funny. I told y'all different little things you just don't remember. But I remember that duplex oh too well. And the neighbors, we had some really cool neighbors, and people that stayed across the street. And when her nieces would come over there and how I'd play with them, for real, we kicked it. We kicked it, y'all. Do you hear me? We kicked it. But because like I said, I was a kid. I for real tried my best, because I had good times. I had some really good times. I had some fall out and laugh. For real, I love to dance. I was always going to be that one that was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Freddie Jackson, always cool. But yeah, like I was talking about, the suicide attempt. So like I said, I was 14, and I was at a point in my life where I was just fed up. I felt like no one understood. I felt like no one could heal what I was feeling. No one was listening. No one can hear me. I need you to understand, but no one is hearing me. No one is hearing me. And the person that I needed most at that time, at that era, it was take it to God. I don't understand. So I couldn't talk to Mama. I couldn't talk to her. So I had to try to figure it out, and that was the way that I thought I figured it out. I decided that it was time to get rid of this pain, get rid of this feeling that I'm having, just for real, for real. For real. In this moment, I can't take it no more. And I want to, my mom, she was at church, and she had left me at home. I was by myself, and I had gotten into it with this boy. And I went to the medicine cabinet and I decided that every sleeping pill in there, I was going to grab it and I was going to take it. And I remember standing in that bathroom, taking the top off of those pills, those pill bottles. And I remember just pouring all of them in my hand. And once I threw them back, I threw some more back. And I threw some more back. Because I was determined that it didn't matter. I was good. You know, nobody would care. Nobody, the world would be better off without me, you know. No one understood all the molesting and finally the rape and no real friends, constantly moving. The lonely feeling. The need. The need. No one understood. When mama, it was take it to church. Take it to God. And yes, I knew to take it to God. I knew that. But I guess it was something I was still needing at 14. From her. From mom. So I called her at church. And I told her that I loved her. And after that, for that particular moment, I don't really remember for like a period of time. My mom tells me that it was something about my voice that just didn't sound right to her. And that's what made her come home. I now understand that it was God, but I remember being at the hospital, and I remember vomiting. And after that, the next thing I remember, there was a long tube down my nose, going to the back of my throat. But I wasn't gone. My mama said when she got home, I was passed out. And she decided that she needed to take me to the hospital. and that the doctors told her that if she hadn't got me to the hospital when she did, that if I hadn't thrown up when I did, throwing up all them pills, that I would be dead. That I wouldn't have made it. I got a call yesterday. First I logged in to Facebook and I saw where a lady that I worked with, but I didn't know it was her at the time. I just saw what my friend had put on Facebook. You know, she was speaking of her last encounter with her and saying rest in peace. So when I realized who it was after talking to her, who it was a wow. Then one of my baby girls realized that she too has been thinking about, wanted to, made attempts. One succeeded, one hasn't. I tried. I wasn't successful. But for me, that was the first time. It wasn't until after that that I began to slowly try to open up. And speak of times where I too had thought about suicide. I could be dead and gone. But God said no. I'm telling you, God says no to suicide. There's no come back when you're successful from that. There's no anything. It's it. That's it. It's over. It's done. You don't get a do-over. That's not the way. That's it. I thank God I did successful because here I am today. See me? But I remember when I opened my eyes from my attempt, where I had taken over 200 pills, trying my best to end it all. Because I didn't want to think about the way I felt so alone and no one understood. And most importantly, Mama wasn't hearing me. No one done anything about these people that had hurt me. I'm watching my mama suffer. I'm watching people around me abuse and not care. I've been ugly to people. At this time, at 14, I had been ugly to people. I had a friend that I got in a little petty fight with, you know, a little petty fight. A petty fight. Had to be petty. You know, we in junior high school. Petty fight. And not long after that, she trapped on a four-wheeler that goes in the water. And she trapped on it and can't get off. And when they finally get her and get her to the hospital, having been trapped on this 18-wheeler underwater, drowning. They get her to the hospital and she's on life support for the longest. And finally they let her go ahead and go on. But prior to that, she had just found out that she had breast cancer. And mind you, we were young then. Remember, I was 14 when I tried to commit suicide. So it had to be earlier than that. But for her to get trapped and later pass away and attend someone's funeral my age for the first time, and never got the chance to say, I'm sorry for whatever that petty argument was about, you know? That was the first wake-up call. But at the same time, all those feelings that people that think of suicide tend to think and feel, and watching the struggle and the strain with my mom, it was a lot. It was a lot. And the first person that I saw when I opened my eyes from my attempt was my Uncle O.D. Tubes down. I remember my nose bleeding while having this tube in my nose, and how they had to switch it out and put it in the other one because they were yet pumping my stomach, understand, from my attempt. Then, after I got better from that and went to an institution for a moment to heal, to begin to talk about the different things that for real was tormenting me, was hurting me. Different things yet were happening in life that weren't so pleasant, that did resemble the past all over again. After I had began to do my so-called healing, finally trying to engage with little boys yet again at different times, because you understand, I ain't never been your average young girl when it came to dating. I've always just wanted one person, but I wanted one person to want just me. Not realizing we young, ain't nobody got time for that settle down stuff, but I've always been a settled person. And the guys that I was choosing, hear that? I was choosing. They just wanted what young boys wanted that time. To screw. Me being a scarred, scorned, hurt little girl. Yeah, now, that's the way I thought you loved me if you was having sex with me. You didn't care nothing about what was going on in my head. I didn't think, I didn't see. It wasn't. All they wanted to do was do what little young folks want to do. at that age. Yeah, it was happening in our era too. The little young boys, the little young girls hiding the tail. Yes, it was happening. We ain't gonna act like we don't know stuff like that was going on. Okay? But I wasn't successful in the suicide attempt. I wasn't. And I thank God for that, because it could have, wow. So, later on in life, you begin to go through so many different hardships and different, because this is the life that you have. Whatever that life is, this is what you're going through. And whether you rich, poor, it don't matter. This is the life you're going through. And you have different things that trigger, that for real triggers, and give you those type of thoughts. Okay? So when you have those type of thoughts and you begin to reach out to people, aren't always as understanding, or they're passive to a girl. Don't be thinking like that. Don't be saying stuff like that. Don't be doing stuff like that. That's all they got to say about it. Well, there's been times where I've taken pills. There's been times where I for real just sat in my car with exhaust and tried to end it, not knowing what the world I was doing. There's been times where I've thrown big heavy objects on top of myself, trying to get it to for real just crush me. There's been times where I have actually cut at myself. For real, there has been times where I done went and ran my car into stuff, for real, trying to end it. But it wasn't my time. People try suicide in so many ways. I've never took a gun and put it to my head. I've never thought about it. It's been thoughts. It's been thoughts. But I've never done it, because I always knew that God was going to help me no matter what. I've always had to remember that no matter what. And it worked. And at the time when I did try it, I wasn't successful. Nothing happened. I came back from it. Because it wasn't my time. That's not the way. That's not what to do. That's not going to solve anything. So, for those that don't are more stronger, you're stronger, and you don't do this, or you don't succumb to it, or you don't understand it. Let me give you some fun facts. I call them fun facts, but it's really just actuality. Let me give you some actuality about suicide. Let me give you some actuality about it. When people think of suicide or feel like that's the way to go, it's because of, y'all see I'm shaking, because I'm so passionate about what I've been through and how I've overcome it. And I'm so thankful to God that He allowed me to overcome it. You understand? Because it could have been a whole nother way. But depression is a huge reason for suicide. All them crazy thoughts you have, that a loneliness, that alone time, that for when they say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop, that is the truth. If you sit and think so much too long and you're depressed, you'll think about anything. And none of those thoughts are good thoughts, because you don't think very much of yourself. I didn't. When you have these thoughts, you're not trying to. That's just what it is. Depression, psychotic. That's inner voices that's telling you, slash your wrist, put a gun to your head and blow your brains out. Go jump off that bridge. Take all those pills. Jump in front of a car. Whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. Being psychotic, this is the reason for suicide. Depression. Psychotics. That's the reason for suicide. People who want to commit suicide, they're impulsive. Because of drugs, because of alcohol, those things that alter the mind and make you want to do these things, make you have these crazy thoughts. These are the things that, it could be something you're going through at home. It can be something you're going through with somebody. It could be something you're going through at work. It could be something you haven't done or can't do that you feel like is really important and you want to do it. These are the things that make you want to feel like it's suicide that you want to do. I know. Not being where you want to be in life. Not accomplishing what you feel like you needed to accomplish in life. These are things that'll make you want to commit suicide. For real. And everyone isn't as strong and everyone can't. Some people need help. That's why I'm here. So I can help you in any shape, form, or fashion that I can help you. That's why I'm here. Some people cry for help and we just don't listen. We just don't listen, or we don't care. We don't want to get involved in it. We don't want to deal with it. That's just what it is, and that's what happens. And these are the reason that people go out here and commit suicide, and some people are successful. You know, this is the reason why. So when there are people who are terminally ill or been diagnosed with different things and just don't feel like there's any other way out, they'll go ahead and commit suicide because they're tired of being in pain. They're tired of going through. They're tired of feeling like this and feeling like that. So they'll go ahead and do it. You know, these are the type of people that commit suicide. Your loved ones that have been diagnosed with these illnesses and different things. So they'll go ahead because they're tired, you know. And then you got your young people who try suicide because of something that they out here doing, or somebody's bullying them, or something is going on in their household, or they've been molested or raped or this or that, and they can't talk to nobody, and they feel like it's no way out. They have a learning disability and we're just not paying attention to that. And it's so many reasons. And you make a mistake. You make a mistake because you're crying out for attention and nobody's listening. These are reasons that we will commit suicide out here, and we've got to, for real, change that. We've got to try to help people. We've got to listen to when people speak. Listen. So people can hear you. For real, you can hear what people are going through. Listen. Listen. They take losses. They lose loved ones. They feel like without this person, they just can't make it. These are the reasons for suicide. This the reason. This is the reason right here. One of the facts is they really, for real, need someone to talk to about suicide. When someone comes to you about suicide, take a minute and listen to what they got to say. For real, listen to what they may have to say, because it may bless your soul. You may be able to, for real, change, save someone's life. Life is precious. Because once it's over, it's over. There's no come back from that. So take a moment and save someone's life by listening. By listening. All types of people, they want to commit suicide. You got your males, you got your females, you have young people, you have old people, you got rich people, you got poor people, you got country people, you got city people. You, for real, it happens in every single community, every single religion. For real, every single color, ethnic background, it doesn't matter. It happens. And Every reason that I've presented is the reason that people go out here and want to commit suicide. But the biggest thing is because they feel no one's listening and they feel alone. And if we start right there, we can maybe change right here of what someone is going through. Just take a moment out of your time and do that. Just do it. People who threaten or attempt suicide, they for real are reaching out for help. I was reaching out for help, and I ain't feel like people was listening, or the ones I needed were listening, or whatever. I for real, when I was doing it, I was crying out for help. I was wanting to end it all. I had quite a bit up in there all in one. I was. But I thank God. He spared my life. He gonna spare your life. For those that he didn't, it was just their time, and he has a reason and a purpose for it all. And I'm sorry for those that may have lost their loved ones, or loved ones that you know, or people that you may know have done it. And I'm sorry for those that have ones that come to you and they talk to you, or they need you, and they tell you that they thinking about this, or they insinuate it in some shape, form, or fashion. Listen. Take a moment out of your time and just listen and see what you can come up with. For real, listen. It occurs within 90 days. 90 days of an improvement when you done tried to get help and you done tried to seek out and it seemed like you're doing better and everything is okay. It will happen within 90 days of improvement from whatever emotional or problem that you're going through. It'll happen within 90 days of that. If you can't get it resolved for real and you're thinking about suicide, this is when they go out here and do it within 90 days of that. Help people that cry out for suicide. I'm here to help. My name is Miss Netta, and I'm here to help anybody that has contemplated or thought about or wanted to commit suicide. I'm here for you. Whether or not someone was there for me or not, I am here for you. And I can help you. I don't know what it is that it would take, but whatever it is, we gon' for real work on that thing so those don't have to be your thoughts anymore, because there is a better way. God is listening. I am listening. I'm here. How can I help you? How can I help you? With people who want or has thought about or attempted suicide, there's a few things that you can do, my people, to for real help these people who feel like this. You can listen. You can be supportive. Please avoid judging. Don't judge them. It ain't but one judge that we need to worry about, or one person or thing or being that for real can judge us, and that's Jesus Christ himself. I know this video is a little longer, but I needed to for real get this point out. And I promise you, God has put something on my heart, so I'm going to bless your soul. I'm going to bless your soul with it before I end this video. I'm going to give you the song that for real has saved my life at so many times when I felt like I just couldn't make it. Like suicide was the attempt. I felt my children would be better off without me. I felt like people left me. People no longer cared. I for real, I'm going to give you that. So just bear with me and I got you. I promise you. I promise you. With people, but continuing how you can help people who may think about, who may want to, who is for real contemplating suicide. You can for real do this and not judge them. For real, listen to them and not be judgmental of what they may be going through, or arguing about morals and values of suicide. Don't do that with a suicidal person, because they don't give a care. They for real do not care about what the morals and values is, because right now they ain't really feeling none. They ain't really feeling that. You understand what I'm saying? Take every complaint, every single complaint that a suicidal person may give you. Take it. Take it. And you deal with it to help them. Be direct. Be very direct. Ask questions. You understand? Evaluate their surrounding, their situation. What could they do to seriously hurt themselves? Be that support. And these things will for real help you with being able to for real help a suicidal person. You understand what I'm saying? Examine the immediate risk of what'll happen when they're telling you about their suicidal thoughts. Ask them, do they have a plan? Do they want to do it with pills, a knife, a gun, something? Talk with others and come up with ways to help this person that is feeling this way. Pray for them. That is so important. Pray for them. If a person tells you that these are their thoughts, pray for them. Pray with them. Help them to see a different way. Give them scriptures that may help them. Give them resources that can help them. But like I said, God put it on my heart to share my testimonial song. The song that for real helps me. I'm going to bless your soul with it. I haven't really sung in a long time, so please be easy on me and bear with me, okay? I used to be a songbird. Do you hear me? A songbird. But my choices in life kind of altered that a little bit. But I'm going to give you just a little bit of it, and hopefully it can bless your soul. Now this, I ain't going to be able to sit down for you guys. I'm going to have to stand up for this one because this is real. But here goes, okay? I've had trials and tribulations, unexpected situations, living here below. I've had friends who turned their backs on me and left me standing in the cold. I've been hurt in the church as I attempted to do God's work by people who call themselves saints. Many times I felt like giving up. Many times. Many times I felt like giving up. But I heard the Spirit say, Netta, you can't. You know the Lord push you through a lot of things you just don't understand. And for everything He allows, there's a reason. Yes, God. You know, in my life, the devil gets no glory. Everywhere I go, I'll tell the story. How the Lord has a way of turning things. He has a way, y'all, around. He meant it for my good. Yours too. God meant it for my good. He brought me out without a doubt. I knew that he would. Now I know no defeat. I'm strong when I'm weak. God gave me a song. Now I must sing on. The devil meant it for bad, but I'm so glad God meant it for my good. Just a little bit more. The gossip, the lies, with tears in my eyes, have worked out for my good. I passed the test of time, and like a tree by the water I stood. But through it all, God gets the glory. Everywhere I tell the story, how God worked out things just for me. The devil meant it for bad, but I'm so glad God meant it for my good. You all be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you next time. Miss Netta, can I help? And like I told you guys, I'm going to let the rest of my life be the best of my life. And the past of my life, I'm going to share it with you. Be blessed.